Magic mushrooms can be very polarizing. On one hand, you have a set of people who believe that they are essentially a drug and that there is no medicinal benefit or therapeutic benefit. Not only that, but they're illegal, so why would anybody want to do them if the government says that they're bad? Now, on the totally opposite end of the spectrum, you have a set of people who now are starting to understand the therapeutic properties of magic mushrooms. They see it as a medicinal plant that not only is helping people in Silicon Valley become more creative and functional and focused during their workday, but you also hear about it helping people with PTSD, veterans, people who've gone through domestic abuse, and so on. Now, I know personally from my own experience, it's helped me with anxiety, depression, and has helped to increase my self-esteem. Now, of course, when you're a kid or in high school, if you had the opportunity to experiment with magic mushrooms, it very well could have been a bad experience. I know I have had that in my past. If you look at my blog, thekellyhanner.com, you can read an excerpt where I share one of my bad trips and how mushrooms have thus helped me going forward. I wanted to share how magic mushrooms are actually very beneficial if done in a responsible manner. So, as I have learned and rediscovered magic mushrooms after my time experimenting with them in high school, I have learned that set and setting is everything. Now, going back to the high school era, if you had done magic mushrooms, chances are you did them at a house party or you did them with a bunch of people around. You probably took too much and thus you had a bad trip. I know that that's my personal experience. But you can have a very therapeutic and amazing spiritual experience by doing magic mushrooms in a way where you are very comfortable in the house that you're in, or maybe you're out in nature. You're responsible because you don't do a lot. You always know that you can have more, but you can't have less. And that's very important to understand. And not only that, but you have to be very comfortable in yourself and in the process that you're about to embark on. Now, I'm not saying that you need to have full and entire confidence and be like somebody who's like, fuck yeah, like I love myself and all that kind of crap in order to have a good experience with mushrooms. But you can't go into the experience and be fearful. You can't go into it and think, holy shit, this is gonna fuck me up, because chances are that is what is gonna happen. You are going to have a bad trip, and you don't want to go down that road. So when doing magic mushrooms, if you wish to have an incredible life-altering experience, you have to be sure that you're doing it in some place that you feel very comfortable. You have to have an intention behind it, whereas you walk into it thinking something positive will happen. A lot of times when I did when I've done magic mushrooms in the past, I did them setting an intention of, this helps me to become more comfortable with myself. I find more self-love doing this. I find more self-love on this journey. Stuff like that. So by doing that, you can find that your experience with magic mushrooms is unlike anything else you've ever had in your entire life. I know that before doing magic mushrooms, I was already on the path of doing other modalities that helps me to become less anxious, less depressed, and have more respect for myself and more confidence in myself. Things like yoga, meditation, eating right, working out regularly, doing personal development. But once I introduced magic mushrooms into my life, it was like all of that put on crack. Not because I took something that resembled crack, but because it amplified it in a way I didn't even dream possible. Magic mushrooms helped to turn off the chatter in my mind. It helped me to stop worrying about all of the nonsense, all of that mind chatter going on, and it helps me to connect more deep into myself. And anytime I've done mushrooms in nature, I feel so much more calm and at peace. And matter of fact, after the mushrooms subside and they wear off, I want nothing to do with my cell phone. And that's huge because I use my phone for business and for marketing and network marketing as well. And after I'm done with mushrooms, after I've had my experience, I just want to take the longest break from my phone as humanly possible, because my connection to nature and myself is so much stronger that my phone no longer satisfies my urge, and it no longer, I don't get a serotonin reaction through checking my notifications and my news feed and all that. So I encourage you to look into mushrooms if you feel that this might resonate with you. Do your due diligence of doing research and finding a reliable and a safe person to get your mushrooms through, because not all mushroom sources are created equal. And then also, if you're completely brand new to them, try to find somebody who has done mushrooms before, somebody who is a psychonaut and is experienced, so that they can do them with you, or they can supervise you during your experience, so that you can walk away from the journey in a very positive light, and knowing that you got the most safest experience from doing the mushrooms as humanly possible. So if you'd like to read more about my experience with mushrooms and how it has completely changed my life, please go to thekellyhanner.com. If this is something that resonates with you and you want to hear more of my experiences with plant medicine, please like, comment below, or subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day.